Hello, welcome to another English Sparkling with Tweedy video. Change of location, still on the heath somewhere or other, but I wanted to have somewhere with a bit of a view of the sun today. Lovely, sunny, autumnal, late afternoon, heading into early evening. Well, it's not long after 3, but sunset's in not much over an hour, so to me that feels like early evening. A wine I have featured before today, I'm afraid, but probably so few people saw it first time round. This is from Davenport, Sussex-based organic producer. I think Davenport is the name of the sort of owner slash winemaker, Will Davenport, and the particular wine's called Limney Estate. This is the rosé from Limney Estate. They also do some still wines. They don't use that Limney Estate name for that. And it's the 2019 vintage, which I think is exactly the same one that I featured last time. It was I bought this from a shop in Highgate. I forget the name of it. There's a sort of posh corner shop, sort of deli type, cafe deli type place that I recall from previous visits to Highgate has a reasonable selection of English sparkling, well, I say reasonable, 2, 3, that sort of range, which is better than nothing. And I probably bought the bottle from the same place on that previous visit. I've got a feeling that was a fair while ago now, maybe last year sometime. It was summer. I'll put a link to it up there in case you're interested. Not a very discreet spot. I'm almost certainly going to have people walk right past me, but I just wanted a bit of sun for a while. My normal wood sitting spot is a bit out of the sun. Remember in the past these were occasionally a little bit lively. I hope this is that's all right. I think the other one had a bit of an explosion when I opened it last time. As I think I probably always preface Davenport's wines with, really nice producer when it's good. They do seem to have a very, very high rate of wine. I say high rate, I mean 1 in 5, 1 in 6 of their bottles seem to be faulty from them. I think that's partly just an occupational hazard of organic winemaking. Fewer, particularly things like sulphur. They still use some amount of sulphur, but I think it's more tightly controlled. It's a very pale gold sort of a colour for a rosé, isn't it? Apologies as always for the terrible stemware. Lovely in this light with the sun shining on it. Really, really sort of golden and pretty enthusiastic effervescence there. What do we have on the nose? Subtle berry fruit. I always end up saying wild strawberry when it's a bit subtle. Maybe a little bit of orange peel, perhaps even veering slightly marmaladey. And there is a nice gentle sort of autolysis in there as well. Something sort of bready, brioche-y, gentle, not sort of yeasty and weird. Yeah, so we have a sort of breakfast wine here. A freshly baked bit of brioche with some marmalade and a handful of berries on the side. Quite a healthy sounding breakfast. Quite a pleasant start. On the palate. That is nice and dry, nice and crisp. Yeah, really quite dry actually. Somehow from that nose, I think I anticipated a little bit more sweetness, a bit more the fruit character manifesting that way with a bit of sweetness, but no, it's really dry. Decent amount of zing, nice mineral touches to that. Just in case you're interested in seeing the view, I mean, it's not going to be a spectacular sunset or anything from here. I'd probably have to move for that, and I don't know, a little bit of a hazy day, so maybe it's not going to be great even in a better vantage point, but nice spot, very autumnal. Thought I'd come to a even slightly more open spot to try and enjoy what's left of of today's sun. Yeah, I'm still finding this is not quite as fruity as I remember it. Perhaps I don't know if that's just a time of year thing, seasonal. I mean, maybe on the palate I'm getting a little bit more stone fruit character. I didn't check the grape constituents, the cepage of this prior to opening it, so perhaps if I can be bothered to look that up. I suspect there's a decent amount of Pinot in this because I'm getting some kind of stone fruit character. It's sort of plummy, not dark plum, not like Burgundy can sometimes go plummy, but kind of light coloured plum, light fleshy plum, and peach, that kind of stone fruit character, which is quite nice actually. So maybe the relatively delicate fruit character on the nose is partly just ambient issues. It's cold today. What is it now? 9 degrees, something like that. We're in pretty much mid-November, about 9 degrees, so it's a little bit chilly. That previous time I had this, it was the height of summer, so the olfaction is a little bit temperature dependent. I think your more capable of picking up certain fragrances in warmer weather, perhaps. Does that sound hand wavy? I don't know. I don't know if I came to any kind of meaningful conclusion there. I forgot what I was saying when I was sat over there, but I am starting to enjoy this a bit more. It does have more, as I said, stone fruit character. I think I said that over there, didn't I? Again, interestingly different from how I perceived it in the summer last year. There's probably some science behind that, isn't there? The different perception of aromas based on the ambient temperature. It's wonderfully chilly now, about 7, 8, 9 degrees, which means the stupid ice jacket thing I don't need to use anymore, and that will sit very happily in this kind of temperature, and thus I've also put on this scarf. Probably not much more to say, but having an absolutely delightful time here now that the number of people has reduced a bit as it started to get cold and started to get dark. It's just 2 minutes, I think, after sunset. I think sunset was 4:11. It's something like 4:13 or 4:14 now. The heath is starting to empty out, which is always when it's at its best. Enjoying this. Cheers.